What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Islam Makhachev sends a warning to Dustin Poirier. As Islam Makhachev has indicated, leading up to his UFC 302 scrap with Dustin Poirier, he believes he has the key to an easy fight. While it's remained unclear what exactly the champ has up his sleeve, as Makhachev explained on a recent episode of Good Guy Bad Guy with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, he and his team have been working on something special in the gym. At one point, Cormier pointed out that the easiest path to victory is likely grappling with Poirier. However, he also notably asked whether the champ was beginning to fall in love with his knockout power after his finish over Alexander Volkanovski. As Makhachev explained,
"Brother, honestly, I can't do many things because every time when he fight for the champion, somebody choke him. Now I have to prepare something special, and we did in the gym. I have something special for next fight."
So far, the MMA community seems pretty divided in regards to who they think will get the job done. While some seem to be of the mindset that Makhachev will simply be too much for Poirier, others seem to believe that the Diamond will finally capture undisputed gold in the June 1st fight. With the stakes at an all-time high, and both fighters eager to put the rest of the division on notice, it's safe to say that it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Now, let's take a look at Jon Jones reveals UFC plans. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones has been going back and forth with the MMA community as of late regarding his future plans. Despite a title unification bout with interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall making the most sense, Jones and the UFC have made it clear that his next fight will be against Stipe Miocic. While the champ has teased potentially fighting once more after his fight with Miocic, he has remained dismissive of a fight with Aspinall. In addition, he recently took to social media to double down on the plans for his return, writing, "I'm in the middle of a pretty clear decision. Stick to exact and original plans, and fight the man with all the accolades, or completely disregard all of the Stipe training I put in and fight another potential hype train that may not even be around in 3 years. I am not changing my plans for anyone. Stipe is over there as the best heavyweight ever working his ass off. I'm gonna give that man what he wants, and I'm going to claim another head. Whatever comes next, comes next." When one fan indicated that the UFC shouldn't have made an interim title fight between Tom Aspinall and Sergey Pavlovich, Jones responded, writing, "UFC is a brilliant company, did what they had to do to save the event. But I do agree with you, it definitely confused a bunch of UK fans, got them entitled thinking their boy really is the champion. It reminds me of when DC was the champion during my absence." Jones then followed it up, writing, "I was talking about retirement after Stipe way before there was an interim champion announced. I would literally be in the same exact position if Sergey would have won. I love how the UK have convinced themselves I'm afraid of their interim champion. Opens me up to a whole new fan base. They all know who the actual champion is." For his part, Stipe Miocic has made it clear that his plan is to sit on the sidelines and wait for Jones's return. As he explained on the Jackson podcast,
Will you be his first fight when he comes back?
You're damn right. That's all I want.
But you're not gonna wait though, right? You still gonna fight?
No, I'm gonna wait. I don't care. I want that fight.
Of course, as many have pointed out, in addition to the fact that there's an interim champion waiting to unify the belt, Miocic has not fought since early 2021 when he lost to Francis Ngannou. Despite that, it's clear that all signs are pointing to a Jones versus Miocic showdown, likely later this year. Next up, let's take a look at Daniel Cormier reacts to Alex Pereira at heavyweight. No fighter in UFC history has ever captured gold in 3 divisions. However, some believe that Glory Kickboxing Hall of Famer and UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira could be the first. While the champ has no plans of moving up for his next fight, the possibility of him making the jump up to heavyweight in pursuit of UFC history has become a hot topic among the MMA community. During a recent interview with MMA Junkie, Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier weighed in.
I think time and time again, Alex Pereira has proven he can do whatever he wants. Look, every challenge has challenges, and every great thing will be hard. So him at heavyweight, there would be some issues, but there's issues at 205. When you get to heavyweight, especially for him, he'll have guys like Tom Aspinall or Curtis Blades, guys that truly can cause him some problems with their size and their wrestling ability. But it's not impossible. I think to think that Alex would not find success would be a massive mistake.
Of course, with Magomed Ankalaev looking to get a crack at the title before the end of the year, and Yuri Prochazka also looking to get a rematch with the champ, possibly before a Pereira and Ankalaev fight, it sounds as though a potential move up in weight is still a ways off for Poatan. Next, let's take a look at Fighter reacts to Sean O'Malley releasing footage. Recently, Sugar Sean O'Malley and his coach Tim Welch sparked a bit of a beef between their team and flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja. As Welch indicated, back when O'Malley was first getting his feet wet as a pro, he dropped Pantoja with a body shot in sparring. O'Malley then took to social media, sharing a screenshot of the moment to back up their claims. However, the way Pantoja sees things, the duo should release the footage in its entirety. During a recent interview with UFC Unfiltered, in the wake of his win over Steve Erceg, the champ fired back.
I see O'Malley post the video, and that's so embarrassing because he posted like a 10 seconds about the sparring video he had with me, That's why, and then that's so stupid because he had the video, I think he deleted this video and on something else. Yeah, 6 years ago in the lab, and I think 4 years ago, he's talking about that sparring, I never talked anything about that, But he talked something about, not UFC and knocking out that guy, he's Alexandre Pantoja. I say, what this guy's talking about, And then he have the video right now. He posted something like a short highlight with 10 seconds. He have the video. That's so funny because if you have the video, send the video, or hold the video, not just your best moments,
Yeah.
He want to create something, let's create that, He want to fight with me, I can fight with him, because I'm not afraid, that.
So far, no response yet from O'Malley. However, given the situation, it'll be interesting to see if these two fighters wind up in a collision course inside the octagon, should they both continue to defend their respective titles. Next, let's take a look at UFC fight updates. Ahead of this weekend's UFC Fight Night St. Louis card, let's take a look at today's UFC fight updates, starting with a newly announced middleweight bout scheduled for UFC Louisville on June 8th. The bout will see top-ranked middleweight contender Jared Cannonier take on Nasruddin Imavov in a 5-round main event. As Cannonier indicated, the UFC originally wanted he and Paulo Costa to fight at UFC 301 in Rio. However, at the time, he was struggling to get medical clearance to fight. With the return date now finalized, Cannonier is eager to build on a 2-fight win streak that most recently saw him dominate Marvin Vettori back in June. While on the flip side, Imavov will be looking to build on a February victory over Roman Dolidze. According to reports, a thrilling middleweight bout between Dolidze and Michel Pereira has also been added to the June 8th card in Louisville. Pereira will be looking to build on an impressive win streak that most recently saw him defeat Ihor Potieria at UFC 301 this month. On the flip side, Dolidze will be looking to snap a 2-fight skid that most recently saw him drop a majority decision to Nasruddin Imavov back in February. Last but certainly not least, in the way of UFC fight updates, reports indicated that undefeated featherweight Haider Emil will return to action on July 20th, where he'll take on the Korean Tiger Jung Young Lee at UFC Vegas 94. The bout will see Emil look to build on a February win over Fernie Garcia, and on the flip side, Lee will be looking to build on a 2-fight win streak inside the octagon after back-to-back Road to UFC wins. Next, let's take a look at Yuri Prochazka reacts to Alex Pereira comments. While Alex Pereira was expected to defend his title against Magomed Ankalaev following his UFC 300 win over Jamal Hill, in the wake of the event, Ankalaev indicated he will not be ready to fight until October. Because of Pereira's desire to stay active, the champion shifted his focus, indicating that a rematch with Yuri Prochazka in the wake of his UFC 300 win over Alexander Rakic was likely the next move. Despite that, Prochazka has yet to hear anything from the UFC regarding the potential bout. He gave an update on the situation during an interview with Bodog Canada, while also sharing a timeline for his next bout.
This is just right now, it's up to UFC when they wants to do this fight. I spoke with them by my manager, Tim Simpson, who's the same management with Max. And yes, it's right now is on the point to I'm waiting for settling these upcoming fights, and I still don't know about about my manager to confirm that. I think about after July, August, or something like that. October, maybe. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. If they want for me to fight in some short way, I will do that. I will go for that.
From the sounds of things, while the end of summer sounds like it would be ideal for Prochazka, he's also willing to fight sooner if need be. Of course, with Magomed Ankalaev targeting an October return, the two contenders could wind up both looking to cash in on a crack at the title around the same time, which could create quite a dilemma for the UFC. Now, let's shift gears and take a look at Demetrious Johnson exposes the UFC. Former flyweight kingpin Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson's tenure with the UFC came to an abrupt end when the promotion traded him to one championship in exchange for Ben Askren. Despite that, Mighty Mouse has continued to appear in the UFC video games, much to the joy of fans. However, from the sounds of things, he hasn't been paid all that much. During a recent video for his YouTube channel, the fan favorite opened up on how much he made for being an EA UFC 2, 3, and 4, as well as being a cover athlete for EA UFC 3, indicating that the amount he made was enough to keep him happy.
The very first check I got for being in the UFC video game was $25,000. Now, a lot of you guys are like, that was it? Guys, think about this, $25,000 to just be in a video game. So the next one that came out was UFC 3. And for this bad boy, the next check that I ended up getting was $12,500. Now, it's a little bit lower, but I was okay with that. It's free money just coming to me. I did something, I think it was after my Ray Borg fight. They offered me the opportunity to be on the front cover. So in order for me to be on the cover, I signed an agreement to be able to be on the front cover. And with me signing to be on the front cover, I got a whopping $10,000. $10,000 to be on the front cover, and it's pretty dope, the Icon Edition. I loved every bit of it. Let's fast forward. UFC 4 comes out. I leave the UFC. I'm not part of the company anymore, but my character is still in the game, and you guys are playing as my character. Now, the next check I get in the mail is another whopping $25,000 for being in the game. And it's absolutely amazing because
in total, Mighty Mouse seemingly made $72,500 for appearing in 3 UFC games over the span of 10 years. While some agreed with the former champ and indicated that the extra money was a nice bonus, others explained that between the money he got for appearing in the games and the money he made throughout his career, the UFC should have paid Johnson much more money. Dana White gets employee fired after he shared a video to his Instagram story. In the video, Dana can be seen mocking and making fun of a FedEx driver who is repeatedly throwing the packages into the back of the truck carelessly. Here's the clip.
FedEx, we'll get you there, but we'll f it up. My boy don't give up.
FedEx responded to the video saying, "The behavior depicted in the video is unacceptable and inconsistent with the professionalism FedEx demonstrates every day. We're committed to treating our customers' packages with the utmost care, and this driver is no longer providing service for our company as a result of his behavior." Top comments. Does Smith have CTE, or is he trying to gaslight everyone on purpose? He talks shit about Alex's skills, ground game being weak every chance he gets. One thing I find funny is when he says Alex isn't that powerful at light heavyweight. LOL. Great analysis, Smith. Literally said he'd choke out Alex last week. Plus he said he'd beat him in a fight multiple times before that. Now Smith is trying to act all innocent, saying, "I didn't challenge him. I have no idea what his problem is with me. Where is this coming from? Alex didn't start this. Smith did. And now he's crying about it." He's also trying to make Alex look like this crazy person who challenged poor innocent Anthony out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Smith is ridiculous. Anthony Smith should stick to Halo on Xbox. Aljo has really outdone himself with this latest rant. He sounds like a disgruntled ex-girlfriend. By the way, what was Sean ranked when he fought for the belt? Butthurt much? Skipped Aljo's paragraph. I can't even. Am I the only one that does not care about Ronda?